Fortnite's most expensive collab of all time just dropped, and players are shocked. From skins costing $90 to this being banned, here are 20 times it felt like Fortnite scammed us. So Adventure Time is finally in game, and while the trailer brought back so much nostalgia, it was quickly ruined by the absurd price tag. Now the crossover includes 4 outfits in a bundle: emotes, gliders, backblings, and Rocket League cars. There's a ton of content and they look amazing, but if you were to buy all this stuff, it'll literally set you back 8,700 V-Bucks. Even when buying the bundle, you'll have to stomach giving up $70, which is like the price of a AAA game. And this is all thanks to Epic taking half the items and selling them separately, which in my opinion just shouldn't be a thing. Now that's not the only way fans feel scammed by Fortnite. In 2017, Rocket League introduced their new DLC car, the Fast and Furious Nissan Skyline. It was on sale for $1.99 and stayed this way until they re-released an updated version in 2021. This time around, you can buy it separately for $9.99. Alright, still not that bad for a car, right? Well, fast forward to 2025, where the Nissan Skyline from Fast and Furious has made its way to Fortnite. Fans took a look at the price tag and rubbed their eyes. 2,500 V-Bucks or $23. Literally for a car that came out for $2. One of the most insane examples is the iconic skin. You see, there was an incident in 2019 that turned this $1,000 outfit into a freebie. So originally you had to own a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus to get the skin. There was no way around it. That was the only way to get iconic. It meant anyone who wanted this had to spend $1,000 on the phone. Then they'd be rewarded with the exclusive skin. Except that all changed when Fortnite messed up. For just a single hour, anyone who had Fortnite installed on any Samsung phone was able to go into the V-Bucks store and just redeem iconic. It was a huge mess up on Epic's part, and they quickly replied saying they were removing it from the shop, but the problem was anyone who got it was allowed to keep it, leaving those who spent $1,000 feeling like they just got scammed. And I'll be honest, they kinda did. Now obviously, these aren't scams like the illegal ones that steal your money, but they are ways Epic has made players feel cheated. Another example is how they convinced everyone to buy the brand new OG pass by throwing Renegade Raider in here. It was a major throwback to her debut in 2017, and fans rushed to buy this so they could finally get the closest experience to owning her. But then chaos struck. A few weeks later, without any warning, Fortnite went ahead and dropped the real Renegade Raider into the shop. It's something that nobody thought would ever happen, and now they've been grinding the OG pass without a reason, because what we all wanted was now here in the store. Just talk about bad timing. Now, while that may just be Epic getting greedy, you gotta admit this next one is seriously a borderline scam. In 2018, PlayStation Plus was giving out exclusive bundles that you could only redeem for a month or two. One of these was this nerd outfit and the calculator backbling. People love this because it literally showed you your eliminations. Like, it was one of the first backblings to ever do something like this. Of course, with it being exclusive, you were never gonna get a chance to earn this again. Well, that's until 2023, when Fortnite announced the YJY Locker Bundle. It would come with a ton of cosmetics, including, the calculator backbling. It was right here in the item shop for you to buy. Here's the worst part. Players lined up to spend money on this, sent their 1,800 V-Bucks to Epic, and in return, they got nothing. Yeah, the calculator was never in the bundle. They just accidentally left it in the image, which is one of the biggest ways players genuinely felt ripped off. And that reminds me of when Epic revealed exclusive styles for Kratos and Master Chief. If you had the next-gen consoles and open Fortnite, you would get a bonus style for one of these guys. On PS5, it still works if you own Kratos and log in, you'll be given a golden outfit. As for Master Chief, this is where things got dicey. It came back to the item shop recently, and it was finally a chance for players who didn't have a Series X on launch to earn his black style. After all, if you owned Master Chief before this and only just got a next-gen Xbox, it was letting you unlock it for years. Well, it would have been your chance if it worked. Turns out, just before they brought it back, they turned off unlocking the style, and it caused an outrage. People waited all this time to get Master Chief, and then when the day arrived, they couldn't even get the bonus style they were promised. And so, seeing everyone request a refund for their Master Chief skin, Epic caved and went back on their decision, finally letting us earn that exclusive matte black. Now, I kinda touched earlier on the OG Pass and how they're entirely designed around nostalgia. As you already know, Chapter 1 Battle Passes are never coming back, so if you want the Black Knight or the Reaper, good luck, it is just not happening. The point I'm trying to make is this is the closest thing we have to experiencing that again. Now, fans wanted to see updated versions of these exclusive outfits, and yet when Season 3 came around, the OG Pass wasn't even OG. Instead, they threw in remixes of Power Chord, Raven, and Rex, and all 3 of these guys are item shop skins that constantly come back. That means they released an OG Season 3 Battle Pass with 0 Battle Pass skins from that season, and fans were really disappointed about it. But what happens if you try to scam Epic? That's the best part. They'll just scam you right back. Last year, a glitch appeared on Xbox, and it allowed players to buy V-Bucks in Fortnite and then just refund it through the Microsoft Store. Because you didn't refund it through Epic, it gave you your money back, and then Fortnite let you keep the V-Bucks. Let me tell you, people rushed to abuse this, buying hundreds of thousands of V-Bucks and spending it on their favorite skins. Obviously, Epic caught on, and on some accounts, they just took the skins away and called it a day. But for others, they actually let them keep the outfits and instead charged them V-Bucks for it, causing players to be left with negative balances. So, if they wanted to buy anything again, they would have to make up the difference and pay Epic back the money they stole. My opinion, karma served here. More recently, we literally just got some new Coachella cosmetics in the shop, but players are speechless at what they're seeing. Right next to an original skin for 800 V-Bucks, you could buy some kicks for 1,000. Why is a pair of original kicks made by Epic themselves more expensive than a skin? It's a trend that continues to happen where fans are getting tired of all these new cosmetic types being unreasonably expensive. Shoes cost a fortune, and so do cars, but this gets worse. If you thought those were expensive, we have other types of cosmetics like boosts and tires. While boosts are reasonably priced at like $250, last year Epic sold the Santa Fe wheels for, get this, 700 V-Bucks. It's only 100 less than buying the Beatman skin. There's also no real explanation for why Midas is back yet again. A lot of players are getting tired of seeing him everywhere, and despite Fortnite's writers trying to wrap up his story again and again, it looks like Epic wants to milk the cash cow just a little more. I'll admit, putting Midas in a high season, it is perfect, but they brought him back so many times before this that nobody really cares anymore. And it's safe to say we were all left straight up speechless thanks to the Mr. Dappermint controversy. So usually, you have people annoyed because their OG outfit was brought back or something like that. But this was different. Without any precedent, Fortnite woke up one morning and decided to give away a skin that people had already paid V-Bucks for. I'm not exaggerating. Mr. Dappermint had been an item shop skin for years at this point and was even included in people's locker bundles. Then, 4 months ago, they made it so you could just link your Lego and Epic accounts and get it for free. So what happened after? Well, people started demanding compensation or a refund because of this, and Epic has basically left them in the dark about it. They feel like they got scammed, although other players have a point. When Epic releases games like GTA 5 for free, nobody who already bought it complains because, you know, it's been out for years. I will say, I can see why fans are upset about Dappermint though. Things get real sketchy when you try and purchase Fortnite in a store. That's right, ever since Battle Royale released, there's been no way to get this game on a disc. It's literally impossible. Only Save the World has its own disc copy, and that is worth thousands now. However, you can walk into your local Target or GameStop and find Fortnite on the shelf. Fans could buy this expecting a disc, only to open it up and realize it's just a code for a bundle. Now you're probably thinking, well yeah, it says bundle on the box and tells you it's a code, and that's true, but it hasn't stopped some people from being taken advantage of this. 6 years ago, some stores were exposed for covering up all mentions of the word bundle with stickers. Basically, it tricked a lot of parents into thinking you had to buy Fortnite even though it's a free game. What is the most hilarious scam in Fortnite? Well, imagine spending thousands of V-Bucks on the latest Nike sneakers, only to put it on your skin and realize you got half a pair. That's exactly what happened to people who mainsplode, because, you know, he only has one leg. And this is real. Skins like this only wear one shoe and it looks hysterical. And that's not the only time fans bought something, only for Epic to make it worse. Back in Chapter 1, you could buy emotes called toys. These were super interactive, and the next couple of maps would be designed to let these work, whether it was scoring basketball hoops, trying to get a hole-in-one, or just kicking soccer balls into nets. They worked for years. And you'd hope so, considering we paid real money for these. But fast forward to Chapter 6, and Fortnite decided to remove all traces of this. There is no way to use any of your toys on the new map. And sure, you can still emote, but they won't be interactive anymore. So it was nice while it lasted. Now, the biggest secret change of all has left some players stuck. Because recently they changed the battle pass price from 950 V-Bucks to a full 1,000, which, you know, I'll be honest, is not big of a difference, but it actually changes everything. Now normal players will look at this and compare it to the Fortnite crew, which gives you multiple passes for the same price, and that entices them to enter a subscription instead of just spending the extra V-Bucks. It is actually a worse deal to buy each pass individually, but players now feel like they have no choice but to subscribe to the crew. Very, very clever. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.